From its early days in Ohio crafting simple cranes, this company rose to engineer the legendary 3319 Titan, a truck that held the title of the largest truck for 25 years. But along the way there were scandals, courtroom battles, and high-stakes acquisitions that threatened to bring it all down. Terex didn't just construct heavy machines, it crafted the very fabric of the heavy machinery industry. But how did a brand once forced to change its very identity become a global powerhouse in heavy machinery? And what role did their groundbreaking innovations play in revolutionizing the industry? Stick around as we uncover the shocking twists, technological triumphs, and industry-defining moves that transformed Terex into the titan it is today. In the midst of the Great Depression, the industrial landscape in America was ripe for innovation, and in 1933, a visionary entrepreneur, George A. Armington, laid the cornerstone for what would eventually evolve into Terex. The company originally began as the Euclid Company in Euclid, Ohio. The company was built by the combination of his past experience and the other company that he earlier co-founded in 1907, the Armington Electric Hoist Company. If you want a clearer picture of how it all started, you can check our other video that covers the entire history of Euclid. With limited resources and a bold vision, Euclid set out to design specialized machinery for the rapidly expanding construction and mining industries. The company's first breakthrough was the creation of heavy-duty hauling dump trucks, machines built to endure the rigors of off-road and heavy load applications. In 1934, Euclid introduced the world's first purpose-built off-highway dump truck, known as the Rear Dump 1Z track truck. This innovation not only revolutionized earth-moving operations, but also established Euclid as a benchmark for durability and engineering excellence in a challenging market. Throughout the 1930s, Euclid diversified its product offerings to include scrapers and other earth-moving equipment, responding to a growing need for efficient, reliable machinery. As World War II raged in the 1940s, the company pivoted its production to support the US war effort, manufacturing military equipment and infrastructure support vehicles. Technology and reputation built during these formative years set the stage for Euclid's future transformation into Terex. With such pioneering achievements in its early years, how did Euclid transform its challenges into the fuel for an industrial revolution? The post-war era brought a wave of reconstruction and economic optimism, and Euclid capitalized on this momentum to reinvent itself. During the 1950s, the company expanded its horizons beyond its initial focus on dump trucks. As the nation rebuilt, infrastructure projects flourished, and the demand for advanced construction equipment soared. In 1953, a transformative chapter began when General Motors acquired Euclid for $20 million. This mutually beneficial deal was sealed on September 30th, 1953, and Euclid officially became a division of GM on the first day of January the following year. At that time, Euclid was a thriving $33 million business with a robust workforce of 1,600 employees, producing 175 trucks per month, giving it control over 51% of the market share, particularly in the segment for heavy-duty earth-moving equipment. GM's acquisition provided the resources and technical expertise needed to further expand production and drive innovation. Under GM's control, Euclid's product line expanded to include advanced crawler tractors, wheel loaders, and more sophisticated dump trucks. One standout product was the 50-ton, 3-axle dump truck named the Euclid R50. This truck was so successful that it significantly increased the efficiency of mining operations nationwide. It was powered by a single 16-cylinder Cummins 16V71N engine that produced 608 gross horsepower. However, this period of innovative advancement was not without its controversies. By the late 1950s, General Motors' dominant control over Euclid raised antitrust concerns. In 1959, the US Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against GM, accusing it of monopolizing the off-highway truck market. After an 8-year legal battle, the ruling of the lawsuit in 1968 compelled General Motors to sell off parts of its Euclid division, which it did to White Motor Corporation. However, while the settlement with the US Department of Justice forced GM to divest parts of Euclid, it was allowed to retain the rights to manufacture and market haulers from its Canadian plants and the former Euclid factory in Scotland. To get past the new limitations imposed by the agreement reached throughout the lawsuit, General Motors reevaluated its branding strategy. The solution was a radical rebranding that would soon lead to the birth of the Terex name, a move intended to comply with antitrust rulings while still capitalizing on the legacy of Euclid's innovations. As Euclid's acquisition by GM set in motion legal and strategic changes, What bold steps would pave the way for its rebranding into Terex? The turbulent legal battles of the late 1950s forced GM to rethink its strategy for its heavy equipment division. To meet the requirements stated in the antitrust agreement and distance itself from anti-competitive practices, GM rebranded its remaining off-highway equipment division as Terex, a name derived from the Latin words terra, which means earth, and rex, which means king, symbolizing its ambition to rule the earth-moving industry. Several critics argued that this rebranding was merely cosmetic, with GM still exerting significant influence over market practices. Nonetheless, the Terex name marked a fresh start and the beginning of an iconic brand. In the 1970s, Terex redefined and expanded its fleet of scrapers with newer, more advanced models. One of these was the Terex TS14G motor scraper, introduced in 1970. The TS14G is a motor scraper with a Terex QSB 5.9-liter engine, producing 185 horsepower. It has a heaped capacity of 20 cubic yards and an operating weight of 63,000 pounds. This scraper is used for large-scale earth-moving and grading projects, offering efficiency and high productivity. 2 years later, by 1972, Terex released yet another innovative scraper, the TS24C. This advanced motor scraper with a Terex QSB 5.9-liter engine produced a whopping 209 horsepower. It has a heaped capacity of 675 cubic feet and an operating weight of 50,754 pounds. Known for its high performance and reliability, this scraper is ideal for heavy-duty construction and mining operations. Throughout the early 1970s, Terex began to cement its reputation as a global leader. In 1970, General Motors established Terex as the official brand for its non-divested heavy equipment products, with a renewed focus on expanding its product line. The 1Z track truck, one of the first off-road haulers, became a hallmark product, demonstrating superior durability and efficiency. Between 1974 and 1976, Terex continued its spree of innovation by unveiling revolutionary machines such as the Terex 8220B dozer. It was powered by a Detroit diesel 6V71T engine, which produces an impressive 205 horsepower. However, the most notable heavy machinery of this period are the TC12 twin-powered dozer and the Terex 3319 Titan, which remains one of the largest trucks ever built. The Titan, with its colossal dimensions and unmatched power, symbolized Terex's commitment to pushing the limits of heavy machinery. The 1980s further diversified Terex's portfolio. GM, seeking to streamline its operations, sold Terex to IBH Holdings in 1981. IBH was a West German firm led by Horst Dieter Esch. This sale was part of GM's broader strategy to focus more on its core automotive business, as the company planned to invest heavily in modernizing its car and truck fleets. By January 1, 1981, IBH was in full control of Terex. The acquisition of Terex allowed this German company to significantly increase its workforce and sales potential. It projected that by the end of 1981, the newly acquired Euclid division would have boosted its workforce to 13,000 employees and up to $1.3 billion in sales. They couldn't be more wrong. Economic challenges of the early 1980s caused IBH Holdings to go bankrupt, and 2 years later, in 1983, they declared bankruptcy, with the ownership of Terex reverting to General Motors. Shortly after, in 1986, American entrepreneur Randolph W. Lentz acquired the division of Terex USA, consolidating operations and setting a new strategic direction that emphasized efficiency, product innovation, and aggressive market expansion. Under Lentz's leadership, Terex rapidly expanded its product offerings across the heavy equipment spectrum, from cranes and aerial work platforms to advanced earth-moving machinery. Earlier in 1985, Terex had introduced the articulating Z-boom with the Z3020 lift model. With Lenz in charge, Terex also changed its focus from only manufacturing to a more holistic approach that included spare parts and product servicing. Randolph's approach also involved consolidating operations, closing underperforming plants, and selling surplus facilities. But that wouldn't be the only strategic decision W. Lenz took, which ultimately catapulted Terex's dominance. As Terex emerged from the shadows of rebranding and ownership turmoil, how would its legacy of groundbreaking machines and strategic growth through acquisitions shape its future in a rapidly evolving global market? The same year Lenz acquired Terex, he incorporated it as Terex USA Inc. in Delaware in 1986, setting the stage for its subsequent development and growth. Randolph's smart decision to incorporate made it possible for Terex to access new markets and increase its competitiveness in the global construction equipment industry. This also facilitated strategic acquisitions and partnerships, which were essential for expanding Terex's product lines and market reach. With these accomplishments, Terex was set for a terrific new decade. The 1990s marked a transformative period for Terex as it built on decades of engineering excellence to drive strategic growth and innovation. Following its public listing on the New York Stock Exchange in 1991, Terex leveraged newfound capital to streamline its operations and invest heavily in technology. Under the leadership of Randolph W. Lenz and the rising prominence of Ron DeFeo, who was appointed president and later CEO in 1995, the company set its sights on advancing its core product lines. During the early 90s, Terex redefined its lineup of heavy-duty equipment, introducing new generations of off-highway dump trucks and articulated haulers that featured state-of-the-art hydraulic systems and improved fuel efficiency. For instance, upgraded models of its signature dump trucks were engineered to handle even more massive payloads while delivering enhanced reliability under extreme conditions. These machines, critical for both mining and large-scale construction, showcase Terex's dedication to optimizing performance through innovative engineering. Simultaneously, Terex began integrating early telematics solutions into its equipment. This digital transformation enabled customers to remotely monitor machine performance, predict maintenance needs, and optimize operations, features that were revolutionary at the time. The introduction of these smart technologies underscored Terex's commitment to innovation and set the stage for a more connected, efficient future in heavy machinery. But product development during this period wasn't limited solely to trucks and haulers. Terex also made strides in enhancing its backhoe loaders and excavators, integrating advanced controls and robust engine technologies that met the growing demands of the construction and mining industries. Each machine launched during this era reflected a balance of raw power and sophisticated engineering, a formula that would prove critical for Terex's competitive advantage. Having laid the foundation through improved machines and digital innovations, how did Terex further transform its portfolio and market presence in the latter half of the decade? As the mid-1990s gave way to the closing years of the decade, Terex accelerated its growth strategy through a series of high-impact acquisitions that diversified its product portfolio and extended its global reach. In 1997, Terex executed one of its most pivotal moves by acquiring O&K Mining, a renowned German specialist in mining equipment. Valued at approximately $104 million with about $50 million in associated debt, this acquisition was not merely a financial transaction, but a strategic initiative aimed at deepening Terex's presence in the hydraulic excavator market. Notably, the deal included the world's largest hydraulic excavator, the RH400, a machine that set unprecedented benchmarks for lifting capacity and operational durability in surface mining. This acquisition allowed Terex to expand its product line significantly, fortifying its position in the global mining and construction sectors. The same year it acquired O&K Mining, it also signed another landmark acquisition by purchasing Simon Telelect for $90 million. Simon Telelect is a utility service company with a history rooted in the Telelect mechanical digger derrick. This strategic move not only diversified Terex's portfolio, the company to offer integrated turnkey solutions in the utility sector. Simon Telelect's innovative derrick designs, noted for their durability and versatility, quickly became a significant asset in Terex's lineup. But Terex was far from being done. Shortly after, it once again expanded its portfolio by purchasing Baraga Products Inc., a Michigan-based manufacturer of rough-terrain telescoping forklifts used primarily in the construction industry. After Terex acquired it in 1997, the company continued to produce 6 models of telescoping forklifts at the Baraga facility in Baraga, Michigan. Diversification continued with a series of high-profile acquisitions in 1998 and 1999. By 1999, Terex acquired Power Screen International and Finlay, both leaders in the crushing and screening markets. These companies brought with them a range of advanced equipment such as mobile crushers, screens, and washing systems designed for high throughput in minerals processing. The integration of these brands expanded Terex's product range significantly. Simultaneously, in 1998, Terex added Simplicity Engineering, known for its modular and portable mineral screening systems, and Cedar Rapids, which contributed robust crushers, screens, and conveyors to the portfolio. In the same 1998, Terex further stretched its tentacles to the Netherlands, where it acquired Holland Lift International BV, a company that manufactures aerial work platforms, specifically heavy-duty scissor lifts. The cream on the icing for Terex this year was the acquisition of the American Crane Corporation, a maker of lattice boom cranes. The acquisition of Frana from Australia further enriched Terex's offerings by introducing innovative pick-and-carry cranes, enabling more efficient material handling solutions. In parallel, Terex continued to innovate across its established product lines. The late 90s saw the refinement of its articulated haulers and wheel loaders, now integrated with more advanced control systems. Terex also made strides in enhancing the performance of its dump trucks, ensuring that these heavy machines delivered greater efficiency and lower operating costs. Two standout dump trucks were introduced in 1999, just before the close of the 20th century. The first was the Terex TA25, a versatile articulated dump truck designed for construction and quarrying applications. It featured a 13.5 cubic meter dump capacity, a Cummins QSC 8.3 engine with 275 horsepower, and a travel speed of 32 miles per hour. The other is the TR35A, a robust off-highway dump truck designed for mining and heavy-duty applications. It has a 19.4 cubic meter heaped load capacity, a Cummins QS M11 C400E engine with 369 horsepower, and a maximum speed of 36.6 miles per hour. With a diversified product range and strengthened market presence at the close of the 90s, what new challenges and opportunities would arise as Terex entered the new millennium? Terex marked the new millennium by releasing new additions to its fleet of dump trucks and wheel loaders. In 2002, the company introduced the Terex TA30, a larger articulated dump truck with a 16 cubic meter dump capacity, powered by a Cummins QS M11 engine that produces 350 horsepower and a traveling speed of 31 miles per hour. The following year, it launched an even bigger truck, which it named the Terex TR50D. This heavy-duty, rigid dump truck, most suitable for mining and construction works, features a 35.4 cubic meter body capacity, a Cummins QSK15C engine with 490 horsepower, and a maximum payload of 45 metric tons. But Terex didn't stop there. It went back to the drawing board, and 2 years later, in 2005, it launched the Terex TR60. The TR60 is an articulated dump truck specially designed for quarrying and construction, with a 20 cubic meter dump capacity, equipped with a Cummins QSK15 engine that comes with an impressive 500 horsepower and a maximum speed of 37.2 miles per hour. But its articulated and dump trucks weren't the only sectors to welcome newer additions. Terex also beefed up its wheel loaders collection as well. Two particular models, the Terex TL260 and the Terex 534E wheel loader, won the hearts of many. Produced in 2006, the TL260 is a high-capacity wheel loader with a 7.5 cubic yard bucket and a 450 horsepower engine. Its robust build and advanced hydraulics make it a favorite in the mining and construction industries. In 2007, Terex decided to add one more truck to its collection with the introduction of the Terex TR100. This high-capacity articulated dump truck features a 30-meter squared dump capacity, a Cummins QSK19 engine with 600 horsepower, and a maximum speed of 40.4 miles per hour. The following year, disaster would set in, interrupting the flow of innovations. As the new millennium dragged on, Terex faced many challenges amid shifting global market conditions. The 2000s brought a wave of economic uncertainty and fierce competition in the heavy machinery industry, and Terex was not immune. The global financial crisis of 2008 to 2009 hit Terex particularly hard, resulting in a whopping record loss of $450.7 million in 2009, the largest in its history. While the company recorded a net loss of $74 million for the year 2008, it reported a massive net loss of $450.7 million for the full year 2009. In terms of sales, it fell by 51% as total net sales crashed from $8.39 billion in 2008 to just $4.04 billion in 2009. As a result, declining demand in the construction and mining sectors and intensifying competition from rivals like Caterpillar and Komatsu forced Terex to re-examine its expansive yet fragmented portfolio. In response, the company embarked on a comprehensive restructuring program. Their strategy was aimed at reducing the negative impact of the declining market condition. The company therefore enacted cost-cutting measures, which led to Terex reducing its workforce by approximately 5,000 jobs. To put things into perspective, that was about 8% of its total workforce at the time. The restructuring also included sales of assets and divesting non-core divisions so as to refocus on areas where Terex could maintain a competitive edge. This would be the precursor for the 2010 deal with Bucyrus and its 2013 sales to Volvo. Thanks to the improvements and expansion of its truck product lines, the first decade of the 21st century would have been an otherwise completely dark chapter in the company's history. With Terex emerging from the financial storm of the early 2000s, what bold strategic moves and divestitures would safeguard its future against a recurrence of record losses? Just a year after the fatal financial losses and at the turn of 2010, Terex made a pivotal strategic decision that would transform its business portfolio. To streamline operations and concentrate on its core strengths, Terex sold its mining business to Bucyrus International. This sale, valued at approximately $1 billion in cash plus 5.8 million shares of Bucyrus common stock, included a wide range of products, most notably hydraulic mining excavators and electric drive mining trucks. The divestiture allowed Terex to shed a capital-intensive segment and focus on machinery where it could deliver superior customer propositions. This strategic realignment was not a mere financial maneuver. Under the leadership of then-chairman and CEO Ronald M. DeFeo, Terex saw the sale as an opportunity to relocate resources toward innovation in its remaining core segments: construction equipment, aerial work platforms, and materials processing systems. The sale provided substantial after-tax proceeds, enabling Terex to invest in R&D. This capital infusion paved the way for new product innovations and technological upgrades across the company's diversified portfolio. In the mining segment, Bucyrus capitalized on the acquisition by expanding its product offerings and market reach. For Terex, the divestiture meant a refocused business model with an intensified emphasis on customer service and operational excellence in its other divisions. Alongside the divestiture, Terex continued to enhance its heavy equipment range with improved dump trucks, wheel loaders, and advanced telematics systems, ensuring that its products remained at the cutting edge of efficiency and reliability. 3 years later, in 2013, Terex Corporation decided to further streamline its operations and sharpen its focus on its core heavy machinery segments by selling off its truck division to Volvo Construction Equipment for $160 million. This mutually beneficial deal, finalized in 2014, allowed Terex to divest its non-core assets while strengthening Volvo's portfolio of off-highway trucks. The sale included Terex's full line of off-highway rigid and articulated dump trucks, as well as its main production facility in Motherwell, Scotland, enabling Volvo to broaden its reach into the global market for heavy-duty and mining equipment. For Terex, the divestiture was a critical step in refocusing its capital and resources on faster-growing, higher-margin areas like aerial work platforms, materials processing, and advanced construction equipment. The proceeds from the sale also helped reduce Terex's debt and provided financial flexibility to invest in emerging technologies and environmental sustainability that would define the company's future innovations. With its mining businesses divested and a renewed focus on core competencies, how would Terex leverage technology and sustainability to drive growth in its next phase? The mid-2010s marked a new era for Terex as the company embraced sustainability and digital transformation to stay ahead in a rapidly evolving market. During this period, Terex introduced new fuel-efficient excavators and electric mining trucks that aligned with global sustainability goals. These machines featured advanced powertrain technologies, reduced emissions, and improved fuel economy, catering to a market increasingly focused on eco-friendly operations. A good example is the Terex TC29 mini excavator, which was introduced in 2012. Another compact version, the Terex TC16, had been introduced 6 years earlier and continued to prove its usefulness until 2016, when it was discontinued in favor of the TC29 mini excavator. These models featured Tier 4 final Mitsubishi diesel engines, offering improved fuel efficiency and reduced emissions. In addition, Terex invested heavily in digital technologies. The incorporation of advanced telematics systems and early versions of IoT applications allowed customers to monitor equipment performance in real time, predict maintenance needs, and optimize operational uptime. These digital advancements not only enhanced machine reliability, but also provided a competitive edge in reducing overall lifecycle costs, a critical factor for operations in the construction and mining sectors. Throughout the 2010s, all through to 2020, Terex's product portfolio saw significant enhancements. New models of dump trucks and articulated haulers were developed with more robust hydraulic systems and ergonomic designs that prioritized operator safety and comfort. The introduction of digital monitoring tools across these machines helped improve productivity and minimize downtime. Additionally, Terex continued to innovate in its aerial work platforms and materials processing systems, ensuring that each machine met the rigorous demands of modern construction projects. Market expansion also played a crucial role during this decade. Terex leveraged its global network to penetrate emerging markets, particularly in Asia and Latin America, where demand for sustainable and digitally integrated equipment was growing rapidly. This strategic push allowed Terex to maintain its status as a global leader, even as competitors ramped up their innovative efforts. But as Terex pushed the boundaries of sustainability and digital technology in the 2010s, what strategic moves would set the stage for its next leap into future markets? As the 2020s unfolded, Terex continued to adapt to a world increasingly defined by sustainability and digital innovation. In October of the year 2020, Terex opened a new 450,000 square foot utility manufacturing facility in Watertown, South Dakota. Simultaneously, Terex continued to evolve its core heavy machinery offerings. The result of the evolution during this period is the laudable Terex electric vehicle (EV) bucket truck, which made its debut on the 16th of May 2022. This happened to be the first all-electric utility bucket truck, built on an all-electric International EMV chassis. This truck featured a full-pressure open-center hydraulic system and a two-person side-mount platform. In a bold move to diversify and expand its market research, 2 years later, Terex completed the acquisition of the Environmental Solutions Group, ESG, from Dover Corporation on October 8, 2024. The acquisition was valued at $2 billion. This strategic acquisition was a landmark event, significantly enhancing Terex's presence in the waste and recycling sector. ESG, renowned for its advanced refuge collection vehicles and waste compaction equipment, brought industry-leading brands such as Hale, Marathon, and Curato Can into the Terex portfolio, broadening its customer base and strengthening its market position in North America and beyond. Furthermore, in the 2020s, new electric and hybrid-powered models were introduced, including battery-powered scissor lifts and AI-enhanced material handlers, which underscored the company's commitment to sustainability. Advanced telematics and IoT solutions were integrated across product lines, offering customers enhanced connectivity and operational insights. These innovations not only reduced environmental impact, but also improved overall machine efficiency and uptime. For example, the Genie BE69 series is a bi-energy hybrid scissor lift that features an onboard integrated generator, allowing it to charge batteries and supply AC power to the platform and chassis. Additionally, Terex also developed AI-enhanced material handlers, such as the MHL360, which incorporates state-of-the-art hydraulics and telematics for efficient and intelligent operation. Terex's commitment to green technology was further emphasized by its ambitious plans to achieve carbon neutrality in all operations by 2050. With targeted investments in renewable energy solutions, such as green hydrogen and solar-powered systems, the company aimed to reduce its carbon footprint while delivering high-performance equipment. Digital transformation initiatives continue to gain momentum, with state-of-the-art data analytics and predictive maintenance systems further optimizing machine performance and customer satisfaction. Looking forward, Terex's strategic vision, embodied in its Execute, Innovate, Grow mantra, remains focused on harnessing the latest technological advancements to drive future growth. The ESG acquisition in particular is expected to increase Terex's earnings per share, EPS, by a double-digit percentage by the end of this year 2025, positioning Terex for sustained success in a competitive, environmentally conscious global market. Terex Corporation's epic journey, from its modest origins as the Euclid company to its emergence as a global heavy machinery leader, has been defined by groundbreaking innovations that remain notable in the heavy machinery world. Its history is marked by pivotal acquisitions, divestitures, and technological breakthroughs that continuously reshaped its product portfolio and market presence. We hope this story left you both inspired and intrigued. Make sure to check the Euclid video that appears on screen. Let us know in the comments which company's story you'd like us to explore next, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Until the next one.